our favorite crew. We stand to win the whole night through. And what do we do when we're all dressed up and in the mood? We stand to what? A step us through. Where do we go soon as the weekend gets here? The club. Why? To party and have some fun. What is it that can come and take away all your stress? Tell me. Music. Of all the questions you have passed my test. Happy people. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Keeps the world turning. Oh, yeah. Turning. I believe that happy people. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Keeps us all dancing, dancing, dancing. Whoa. Happy people. Yeah. Keeps us all stepping, stepping, stepping. And happy people.
Happy People, great song there by great musician R. Kelly. Unfortunately, still in jail.
Dave, you have to bring this out.
And no, it hurts me. One of the finest musicians of our time.
Yeah.
One of the finest musicians of our time, and unfortunately, has found himself, at the wrong side of the law, is languishing in jail. It hurts me so back to the core.
I'm lost for words. But happy people.
Yeah. But he's not happy in jail, is he?
No, he's not. But I understand he makes the prisoners happy. He does performances for them, and still happy people.
Wherever you are, you have to make it.
Make
shine the corner where you are.
Right, exactly.
I hear you. All right, I got my guest with me in the Studios of Love 99.5. Ladies and gentlemen, for your information, I got David Osu Prempe. He's an estate and valuation officer with the Asante Land Secretariat. David, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dave.
And it's been a long time. I just see you on social media chilling elsewhere and all that, having fun, Charlie. Yours good, though. Also with us in the studios is Mr. Edward Tetelanyo. He is a planning officer, also with us, and his land secretariat. Edward, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dave.
Good to have you guys with us. And we're here to talk about the Love FM Republic Bank Habitat Fair, and it's scheduled or slated for the 6th to the 8th of October 2023. And the theme is affordability, comfort, luxury. David, which one do you prefer? I know your house. I'm not going to say anything. So yours, is it an affordable one, a comfortable one, or a luxurious one?
A mixture
of the end.
A mixture of affordability and comfortability.
And luxury?
No.
No luxury.
There's no luxury.
Edward, how about you?
I live in a rented apartment. So
so your dream home. Your dream home. Which one is going to be? Is it going to be affordable? Is it going to be comfortable? Is it going to be luxury?
Affordable and comfortability.
Why are you running away from luxury? Is there anything wrong? When you have a luxurious house.
There's nothing wrong with living in a luxurious house, but then you also want to get a space that you will be comfortable to live in. Nothing too expensive.
Okay, but Dave, there's nothing affordable about putting up a house. So that's better about affordability.
That is a relative comment to make, actually.
Yes,
that's a relative comment to make. Yeah.
But comfortability, we need somewhere to lay our heads. So obviously, we need to be comfortable in our homes and stuff.
For me, luxury any day, man. if the means is there, luxury any day, man.
Sure.
Thank you. So that's a very key point.
If the means is there, luxury for me any day, man. Luxury for me any day. Lustali, what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Luxury?
Not really. Earlier I said luxury is relative because sometimes you can buy expensive things and sometimes you can use very simple things and then make it look luxurious.
True. That's all we're doing is for you to have at the back of your mind that whatever it is, you need to have a place you can call your own.
Yeah.
All right. One day I'll tell you my story as to what pushed me, what drove me to speed up in the building of my house. I'll tell you that story. And so landlady be here and what I went through. So today we're beginning, a series of conversations to that great event, the Love FM Republic Bank Habitat Fair. Like I said to you, it's going to start on the 6th of October. It's ending on the 8th of October. And today we want to begin the conversation about, with the main thing. I mean, if you want to build, the key thing is for you to acquire land. All right, that's the key thing. If you're buying a house, you don't bother your head about the land. But if you want to build, the key thing is about acquiring the land. Now, you and I know that acquiring a land in Ghana is one of the most difficult things to ever, venture into. But if you know the right things to do, it is again one of the most simplest things to do. All right, that's why we have Edward and we have David here with the Otumfuo Land Secretariat, and they would explain everything to us. All right, so anything you want to know, maybe you've purchased a land already, you're having issues with documentation, you want to go buy a land, you want to know what to look out for before you make that bold step, even when you meet up with the chief, what to do, what not to do, everything is going to be ironed out for you this morning. But if you have any questions, any issues that you want answers to, this is the platform for you. All right, our WhatsApp number is 05511119995. That's our WhatsApp number. I'll take it again for you. It is 05511119995. Your questions, your contributions pertaining to land acquisition is very much welcome. They'll give you all the answers you need. They'll give you all the answers you need. Tomorrow we'll look at the legal bit. There are a lot of legal issues when it comes to land acquisition as well. So tomorrow we'll run you through that as well. But David, let me start off by you telling us about the Otumfuo, Land Secretariat. What do you guys do there?
Okay. It's a customary land secretariat within the Kumasi traditional area that seeks to record all land transactions within
Record all land transactions
within the traditional area, basically.
Do you handle disputed land issues?
Yes. I'm under the Land Resolution Act that was passed in 2010, the Act, I think 798. It mandated most of the CLSs with the Customary Land Secretariat to be able to adjudicate, mediate, or arbitrate issues, the disputes pertaining to land. So we do that as well.
So if someone is listening, a person has some litigated land or has some land documentation issues, the person can come to the Otumfuo Land Secretariat.
You can walk in and then lodge a formal complaint.
So that's one leg of the conversation. You have had an answer to that. Edward, let me come to you with this one. I mean, this year you're going to be with us again at the Love FM Republic Bank Habitat Fair. But I've realized that in the past, during the fair, one of the stands that has huge, traffic is the stand that you guys occupy. What do people come in there to engage with you on? What are the issues, the common issues they bring?
So, like you said, everybody who desires to own a land first must acquire land. So, what people bring is their allocation paper and maybe pertinent issues they have facing with one chief or the other. So they bring to our station at the Love FM Habitat Fair so that we will be able to address those issues. Commonly, we have people bring in their site plans, which they hold on to as proof of possession of land or the allocation paper. And we are able to determine whether this allocation paper is good or not good, or it's coming from the right chief or not. So that's what pulls the traffic to our end when we have these events.
Okay, to add a bit to what Edward is saying, you see that a lot of traffic because almost majority of the lands in Kumasi, about 90% of them are stool lands, and stool lands are managed by the Customary Land Secretariat at Malaysia. So that explains the lot of traffic people bring there.
And that's the CLS, the Customary Land Secretariat. But with your engagement with people, and Edward Lanyon, let me stay a while longer with you. With your engagement with people, the issues that they come along or they present to you, what does it tell you? Do people have enough information, the right education about acquisition of land?
Yes, people have information, but it's not enough, and that's why we are grateful for this opportunity to also share with the public concerning having the proper documentation when it comes to ownership of land. So, and like I said earlier on, people have issues with their paper, so the allocation paper, I mean. So when they come to the office, we are able to address the challenges they have, or if they want to proceed with the registration, we help them consent.
That service you render, is it for free?
No, it's not for free.
Now, I'm not talking about, we'll talk about the lease bit and all that, but I have an issue with my documentation, my location paper, whatever. I want clarity, I want education.
Yes.
Is it for free?
That consultation is absolutely free.
That's what I'm saying. That is for free.
That's for free.
So don't keep your documentation at home and say to yourself, well, don't keep it at home, because you might be found wanting or you might be laughing at the wrong side of your mouth later.
Yes, and our staff are very vibrant people, open to the public, ready to serve everybody that walks in. You absolutely don't even need an agent to assist you to as it were process your documents.
In Ghana, there are Guru boys everywhere and everywhere.
Yes, that is if you choose to, and that would certainly increase your overhead cost. But you can easily walk to the Asante Land Secretariat, and it's a public office. Just ask for the Land Secretariat, you'll be directed, and anyone you see, any staff will be able to help you.
Okay, so let's start the process. And David, let me give this one to you.
Yeah.
Let's start the process itself. So, Leo Stanley, for example, young as he is, wants to put up a house, but he wants to do it himself, not to buy an already completed apartment or facility. Okay. He needs a land. He has some bit of money. What else does he have to do? Run us through the process.
Okay. Basically, it starts with for want of time, I would want to summarize everything. It starts with the process of identification. He identifies the land and he wants to buy. But the onus lies a lot on him to do a lot of due diligence.
Okay.
Due diligence in that you have to find out whether the person you are acquiring the land from is the legitimate owner. It can be in the primary market, it can be in the secondary market. Primary market meaning you are the first time buyer from the chief or whoever. Secondary market, someone has a lease on it already, someone has a allocation paper on it already, and you are carrying it. But whatever the process is, you need to be very diligent with your approach to it. You can do that by asking around, neighborhood asking. You have to inquire around through the act of snowballing. You'll be led to several important informations about the land you want to acquire. Just don't see the land and then be comfortable dealing with it as if it were a commodity, a mere commodity on the market, like a tomato or something. You need to do a lot of due diligence when it comes to land. It's a very complex market in Ghana. So from there, after that, you still need to run search at the Lands Commission. In other instances, to at the customary Land Secretariat, but Lands Commission, because all that we do, the recordings we do at Lands Commission, we do at the Secretariat, ends up being registered at Lands Commission. So you, after asking around, doing the neighborhood checks and everything, you move to Lands Commission to find out whether the land has been encumbered or not, whether it's in the primary or secondary market. So then, the type of land you are acquiring, the type of interest you are acquiring, or the interest holder you are acquiring the land from will determine which process you take from there. So, for example, if you are acquiring from, let's limit ourselves to the Kumasi traditional area because we're in Kumasi. If you are acquiring within the Kumasi traditional area, you are advised to deal with the caretaker chiefs at that level so that they give you a recognized allocation note. From there, you move on to the Secretariat, where you get a cadastral site plan done in your name. You attach 6 copies of that cadastral site plan to the allocation note and bring it for the lease to be engrossed and executed at our office at a fee. Yeah.
So, you want to ask something?
Let me add a little bit complexity to the whole conversation. So, like he mentioned, you're dealing with a caretaker chief. It's very important that we distinguish between the caretaker chief and the sub chiefs. So
what's in the local parlance we refer to as Odikros.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. So even when you approach the Odikros, who are legitimate anyway, but they serve under the caretaker chief, you make sure that the signing portion and everything, even inquire from them, are you the substantive chief for this area? And is there an overlord over you or something? So with that due diligence, it's also part of the due diligence because you need to be sure that you are acquiring the land from
a legitimate person. Before I part away with money,
yes,
should I be giving some documentation, or I should be giving some documentation? Go do proof of ownership and all those necessary things before I part of them. So what should the process be?
With the acquisition, it's in stages.
Okay.
But the problem we have in Kumasi is that people hold on to the first stage as the final stage. The first stage is, for example, if a first-time owner and you're acquiring directly from the chief or Dikro or whoever my friend is saying, you'll be given an allocation note. The problem with the people in Kumasi is that they keep on to the allocation note as their final
document
to land, which is very wrong.
So the first document you'll be given is the allocation
when you're acquiring in the primary market from a chief,
a
caretaker chief. That's the first document you'll be given. But don't hold on to that. It's like a contract.
Okay.
Most of the current allocation notes you even say have the portion for Otumfuo to endorse it. So if you keep the uncompleted portion to yourself, it means your document is not complete.
Yeah.
You get it.
Does it also mean that the land does not belong to you?
But you said we're going into the legal terms.
So I should leave that one for tomorrow.
So leave that one for tomorrow because we've had all these issues brought under one umbrella called the Lands Act 1036 in 2020. So we can go into that nitty-gritties, but let's try to be very normal.
So once you get the allocation paper, it is not complete.
It's not complete.
But when I get my allocation paper, can I then part away with money to the caretaker chief, or I can part with money?
That's at the first stage. But you have to follow up to get a lease engrossed and executed in your name.
Now, let's have given money to the chief. Edward, take this one for me. I've given some money to the chief. The chief has, in turn, given me the allocation paper. How do I know that paper given me, I'm the only person who owns that parcel of land given to me by the chief? Because, in some instances, chiefs will sell a parcel of land to multiple people. So with my allocation paper, I've already parted away with money. What do I do?
Yes. So what you do is quickly come to the Asante Land Secretary.
When I get the allocation paper?
When you get the allocation paper. Then we can even authenticate the allocation paper from you right from the beginning. Then with what my colleague said, we will run a search at the Lands Commission to be sure that there's no recorded transaction on the land. When there's no recorded transaction, then it presupposes that the land is free.
Okay.
It's not entirely complete in itself, but at least that will give you some form of confidence that.
So let's say you and I go and see David, who's a chief, and you went there first. He gave you an allocation paper. You gave him some money, but you haven't gone to the CLS. Then I go to the chief, David, and he gives me another allocation paper. So which means that the chief has sold the same land to two different people. But I come to the CLS and I want to inquire with my allocation paper. Between you and me, who is entitled to the land?
The law shall always recognize the first in time. So whoever acquired allocation first. So it comes back to the same discussion. Don't hold on to allocation.
No, so I just want clarity on this. Yeah. One is holding on to the allocation, has not come to the CLS.
Yeah.
The other gets the allocation, comes to the CLS. Between the two, who own the land?
So between the two, as he said, is the first in time.
Yeah.
But
first in time meaning the person who the chief gave the allocation paper to the first.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll deal with such issues on a case-by-case basis. Yeah. So it's not cast in stone that because you went there first in time, then it belongs to you.
But the person took the allocation paper, didn't come to the CLS.
Exactly.
I came there.
Like what David said, with the allocation paper, it's not complete. Yeah. That transaction is not complete. So you need to complete your transaction with the customary landowner.
Okay.
So hence the very need for you to come to the
Asante but Dave, with the head, is it the theme for this morning discussion? You said
how to acquire land, how to register, and how to secure it. Yeah.
So you can't just leave it at the first stage. Even with the acquisition, acquisition has all the processes in there. You don't start with just getting the allocation and then resting.
Fine. So I just wanted clarity on that bit. Yeah, okay. That two people go to see a chief at separate times. They both have allocation papers given to them. One kept the allocation paper in his home. The other took the steps to go to the CLS.
You're trying to go into the issues of multiple sales.
Yeah.
No, relax.
Yes, but that's why
this is a general problem
with the multiple sales. Yeah. We'll deal with it on a case by case.
I hear you. So I now have my allocation paper. Yeah. My next step is to come to the CLS or go to the Lands Commission.
Yeah.
Where do I come next?
You have to come to the Asante Lands. When it's a stool lands PL. Okay, so you need to know the broad categorizations of lands within Kumasi. We have the part 1 and then part 2. Part 1 purely is the vested lands, and then the part 2 is stool or public lands. When you say public lands that has been taken by government with its eminent domain powers for public use. So you see that as two. So you have to know what type of interest, whatever you're acquiring, it's not the physical thing there. It's the interest, the inherent interest or right in it is what you are acquiring. So you have to know which type of land you're acquiring and which steps to take. So with these discussions we are doing about the CLSS, when you're acquiring the stool land, which is predominantly the major categorization of land ownership in Kumasi.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next step therefore will have for me the person to come to the CLS.
Yeah.
How long does it take for you to give me the lease? Because I come to the CLS to get my lease document, isn't it? How long does it, take for me to get a lease? How much do I have to pay for it?
Okay, the economics will always tell you all things being equal. Because there are a lot of factors involved. So I'll start by saying all things being equal. It shouldn't take you more than 3 months to get a lease done.
All things being equal.
All things being equal.
It could be less than 3 months.
Availability of the caretaker, it could be less
than 3 months.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Could it also go so as far as a year?
It depends on the nitty-gritties of
like
whatever
what?
you did in the transaction, like the availability of the caretaker chief to sign, the availability of an approved planning scheme. Yeah, you say we'll go into the legal bit, so I don't want to.
No, that'll be for tomorrow, actually. Yeah.
Because in time past, people will just acquire land, they will just move on to develop. But this new Lands Act seeks to, our land sector has gone through a lot of reforms from 1999 through to 2001 with the land project that gave birth to the Land Use Spatial Planning Act 925 in 2016. Yeah. Now you're supposed to bring an interface between ownership and then conforming to development. So we can go into that when we get there.
I see. Yeah. Edward, is there anything you want to add, or I can just go on and ask my next question? So my next question therefore will be, so I've gotten my allocation paper from the caretaker chief or whoever chief it is, all the necessary documentation has been signed. I come to the CLS, it goes to Lands Commission from the CLS, right?
From the CLS.
At one point in time, do I say that I own this parcel of land? What documentations do I need to have in my possession to tell me that indeed, at this point in time, this is mine?
When you have the lease, you know that this land
or title where applicable.
Yes.
A lease or title where applicable. We have lease and then title. The deed and then title.
Yeah. Why do I, if the lease is all that I need, why do I need to go to what they call that place, the Lands Commission then? What job do they do on the documentation?
So we work together in as land sector agency, and since they are the government institution mandated to record all land transactions, hence when we begin the process from our end, then it ends up at the Lands Commission.
Right. We've begun a series of conversations, ladies and gentlemen, to build up to our 2023 edition of the Love FM Republic Bank Habitat Fair. It's all under the theme affordability, comfort, and luxury. And I'm saying that luxury is good, though. If you're dream big. It's good to dream big. Luxury is good. There's nothing wrong, if you want to have a luxurious house to live in. And to be able to build a house, the first thing one needs is a parcel of land. You and I know the issues about land purchases or acquisition in Ghana, where people go through a lot of hell. And so our conversation this morning is to broaden your horizon, open up your eye to be mindful of the things that you need for you to say, this is my land. And you've been told a lot of things this morning, where you're told that the first thing is to get an allocation paper from a caretaker chief or a sub-chief. They take it to the CLS, and then they will do the processing for you. They work in collaboration with the Lands Commission, and within 3 months you should have your lease. When you have your lease, then you can comfortably sit somewhere and say you own this land. And I like the fact that, Lanyo, you are nodding. How much does the lease cost? You say that it should not be more than 3 months, all things being equal. It can even be lesser than that. How much goes into it?
I'll pass that.
We're passing that on to David.
Since he's the evaluation and estate officer.
We've categorized the areas into classes. So the customary consideration payable is based on the class where your plot is located.
I see. So if somebody is from, let's say, an area like Ahonjo, it is different from somebody who's coming from Jinyase.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there are broad categories into 4 areas: the first, second, third, and then outside Kumasi, the peri-urban areas here.
What happens if somebody cannot afford the lease payment?
If you can afford to buy a land, you must afford to get the documentation done.
Somebody borrows money from the bank,
yeah,
buys a parcel of land. It is not like the person, can necessarily afford it. The person borrowed. Now he or she wants to authenticate.
I doubt after the bank sector clean up, a bank will borrow you money to buy a land without proper documentation, without getting a lease.
No, but I know of some people who go to banks and they do a man of thing, they get money to buy the land.
Okay, not
They've purchased the land now.
The bank will be at risk.
At risk,
Yeah.
High risk.
Yeah. So the bottom line is I have the land, but I can't have the money to pay the lease. Is it paid in installments? Can I negotiate? What happens?
Yeah.
To which one? To which of the questions?
To all of them, to the negotiation beds, installment plans. People walk to us, especially with the huge developments, the factories, the light industrial people. They walk to us and then we give them payment plans too.
What if it's a residential apartment the person wants to build?
You can.
You just
have to
negotiate
approach us, yeah.
for terms of payment.
Yeah.
To up to what, 6 months or
We
1 year?
did this moratorium thing in 2012. We sought to reduce drastically the customary consideration involved in the lease process, and we slashed it to about 30% of the actual fee.
Can one lose the land? I know you talked about the legal bit.
Yeah.
I just want clarity on this. Can one lose the land at any point in time if the person doesn't have the lease?
Okay, let me put this simple scenario. We have something in legal power. You said we'll go into that tomorrow, so I won't go much into it. But we have something called tenancy at will. Tenancy at will meaning you have a landlord, and then you are the tenant. Your landlord has not really done the rightful documents for you, but he knows you are living on the land, and then you are there. You are there at his will. Anytime he sparks, he can just throw you out. That's the risk you stand to suffer if you stay on land without proper documentation.
What if I was given the proper documentation, but I cannot find it? I cannot trace the proper documentation.
Well, you can always
go back to the chief.
And even through our office or lands commission, because that's why it's a recorded transaction, and there will be copies of those documents.
Because there's a woman that I know who spoke to me last year. Her concern or worry was that she's building, but she moved from one rented apartment to another, and she cannot find the documentation to the land she purchased. She was at a bank. I know she's listening. So it's not like it's a dead situation. She can still get the right documentation. Yes. Okay, I hear you. Listeners, you can send your questions and your contributions about land acquisition to our WhatsApp number 05511119995. That's our WhatsApp number. Any question about land you want to buy or you want to acquire, or you have acquired and there are issues and you want clarity or education on it, this is the right platform for you. Ask your questions. Again, it is 05511119995, and you get all the necessary responses. Now, so when I've done all this and I can say that the land belongs to me, how many years is it for? Leased to me for?
For a residential lease, it's 99 years.
Residential lease?
For a Ghanaian?
For a Ghanaian,
okay.
Yes. We give you the full term,
99
years. And for commercial and other users, 50 years.
50 years?
Yes.
Okay. What if the person is not Ghanaian?
For 50 years. Ghanaians, it's 50
whether
years.
commercial or residential.
Oh, okay. But the rest is 99
years. That's
enshrined
in the Constitution.
Yeah. And the rest is 99 years.
Yes, please. That's a long time.
But I would like to bequeath whatever property I have on the land to my children, and my children's children would also want to benefit.
It's in continuum.
Yeah. So after 99 years, what happens?
If
does the land go back to the
if you are an indigent of where the
land is
located, the new Lands Act 1036 gives us an automatic renewal.
Automatic renewal. Okay.
But there will be some little consideration you have to pay.
That drink.
By then, everybody in the secretariat will not be around.
But the documents will be there. All the documentation will be there.
And I think that's one thing people are afraid of when it comes to documentation, because they feel that after the 99 years they will lose the land. Please, we are here to assure you that you will not lose the land. And it will be in your interest to document it so that then you know that you have secured the title to your land. And in the event your children or grandchildren can also have easy access when it comes to applying the land for any other transaction.
So we're learning, aren't we? We're learning. So how can I avoid this issue of litigation lands? And I know 204 is doing a lot of work in that regard. Some chiefs have been destooled for engaging in multiple sale of lands and all that. But for people who are listening to us right now, what education, what information can you give to us so we don't fall prey to some of these things? I told you about my situation in my area, where we had the Akokofet, Queen Mother, and then the chief of my area, both claiming ownership to the lands in that area. To the extent that at the time, some police commanders were behind one of the factions. Other military people were behind one. You know the story more than I do. What information, what education will you give to people who want to acquire lands?
Dave, it's just simple. You have to do a lot of due diligence. I mentioned that earlier.
But what exactly am I looking for?
You
talk about the snowballing and all that.
The rightful owner. The rightful owner. You know, our major problem in the land sector, the reforms in our land sector started in 1999. And one of the major problems they identified was indeterminate stool boundaries. That is, your area is a clear instance of that. There's a boundary and then it's not been determined. So the one from the other side sells and then the one from the other side also sells. So you have to find out. If it's a no-go area, I advise you stay away. That's what you can do. You can't just solve the problem at that local
But then there are
level.
people who are of the view that when you put up a house to the lintel level,
That's
you've heard that before, haven't you?
yes.
Sure.
And the advantage for people who are even not sure is for you to walk to the Asante Land Secretariat. Fortunately, this secretariat is there to serve the public and in the interest of everybody who wants to acquire land. So if you are even in doubt or not sure, it's a simple matter of just walking to the office, asking, I want to buy a land in this area. Is there any information I can have? Then we'll gladly assist.
When somebody hears Asante Hene, fear starts building up. The land secretariat, how hospitable, how welcoming are you guys who are working in that office?
We are very hospitable and very welcoming. Just
very young and vibrant people. We are ready to serve.
Okay.
So.
One other thing that beats my mind, in fact, I have heard some snippets of it even in my area right now. You know, there's a new chief.
Yeah.
And then somebody says, oh, there's a new chief into Enchaweba around. I like the way Lanyo, you landed for me. Legal or not. I'll raise that one tomorrow again in terms of with the lawyer and all that. But I've purchased a land some 20 years or so ago. The chief that I bought the land from passes on. A new chief is installed. He realizes that he'll assassinate somewhere, but he also needs to drive his 4x4 and get his small girls to run things with and all that. So strategizes and says, listen, let me go around the people in the area who bought lands to look for money.
Yes. So
right or wrong?
It does happen, and we've had countless.
But Dave, you know, if you went through the processes to get your lease completed,
and that's what I was.
You will be exonerated from that kind of fact.
But you know, some of them will try to make life uncomfortable for you. They'll try to extort.
It's a deception. That's why we are saying walk to our office whenever you.
You don't have to fear that declaration or announcement by chief.
I hear you. Can we activate the phone lines now and get to hear from our listeners as well? If you have any question, any contribution, I don't want to rush this conversation. I want to take it very slow so we all benefit immensely from it. You want to acquire land? What questions do you have? What challenges are you faced with? What responses are you looking for? First of all, you can send us a voice note to 2055 1111 or you can call us now on our telephone number 03220 83596, 03220 83597 and 03220 83598. Any question about land that you want to acquire, any question at all, your answer awaits you right here in the studios of Love 99.5. But in all this, have at the back of your mind that the 2023 edition of the Love FM Habitat Fair, that is the Love FM Republic Bank Habitat Fair, is slated for the 6th to the 8th of October. Philip is on the line. Kofi is on the line. Let's start with Kofi, who came through first. Kofi, good morning and welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Bernie.
Kofi.
You asked Otunfo Lands Secretariat that's in the studio whether people are afraid of coming there. Look, that secretariat, land secretariat, Otumfuo's land secretariat, is a free place to go. The people there are hospitable, and the way and manner they do their land documentation, it is as smooth as anything. When you go there, they are ready to listen to you and to process whatever document you want to process. I went there some time ago. The only difference is that before your document gets to Otumfuo for him to sign, even that is the situation where it finds a long time to go to Otumfuo. But the moment the paper is placed before Otumfuo, he quickly signs it. If you compare Otumfuo's land secretariat to the Lands Commission and the Lands Office at Adum, when your documents get there at Adum, the boss will come to work at 10. And when
Kofi, I don't know about the boss coming to work at 10. but like they said, they work in collaboration.
Kofi has enjoyed our service, and indeed he's appreciating what we do. And that's what we want to also let the public know.
I hear you. Let's speak to Philip. Hi, Philip, good morning. Philip, good morning.
Good morning, Dave.
Philip, welcome, sir. Let's hear you.
All right. Dave, I want to ask the gentleman a question. I acquired the land in one of the 70 markets, but the one who sold the land to me is claiming that if he handed over only the site plan to me, is enough as documentation for the land. I want to ask them, what document makes a land documentation complete, so that I will know how to deal with my situation. Thank you very much.
Which area are we talking about?
Hello?
Which area did you buy the land?
It's around, if you know a particular area, get it Oyoko, the place name is Oyoko.
I hear you. Very quickly, what do you want to say? David, quickly, what response do you have for
He has to come to our office with a plant.
Okay.
We'll do our further checks and then assist him.
But the site plan obviously is not enough.
It's not enough.
We've said a lot of things this morning. The bottom line is get your lease. That makes it authentic for you.
And the primary document is that location.
Location, yeah. Kujo, good morning. Hello, Kujo, good morning.
David.
Yes, sir.
My regards to your panelists. My question to your panelists this morning is that they were advising that in the process of acquiring a land, you need to secure an allocation paper. Is there a simple question? How much will it cost to secure an allocation paper? Considering the size of the plot, let's say a half plot or just 2 plots, how much will it cost to secure an allocation paper? That's from the chief. That's my question.
So half plots and how much it depends on the area. They mentioned that a while ago.
There's nothing like a half plot. It has to be zoned on the layout.
Oh, okay.
The size doesn't really matter, but it has to be zoned on the layout.
Okay.
On approved layout. Yeah.
Okay, I hear you. You want to add something?
Yes. So, like he said, with a half plot, you also need to do further checks with the.
But he says there's something like a half plot.
There's nothing
There's
like
none like
half
that,
plots,
yeah.
but of course,
because of the sizes,
full plots, and they'll divide it and say half plot.
Okay.
But it has to be properly approved by the district.
But for the pricing, it depends on the area.
On the area.
All right.
So with a half plot, or if I buy a half plot, then what kind of allocation am I going to get?
So then you would have to make sure that it conforms to the planning scheme
of the area.
All right.
So it has to do with your size and then the location of your plots.
Christoph is on the line, isn't he? Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, my brother. How is that?
I am well. Thanks for asking.
David, I want to find out that you see that not too long ago, you have a land, they say 100 by 100. The normal size of a plot. But now, you see 80 by 100, 70 by 100. I can't see now what has changed. It's because people want to make more money, and so they decrease it and say, sometimes it's even 80 by 80, but they'll tell you it's 100 by 90. You go there and it's not like that. And then 2. you see that when the new chief comes, they try to go around and stop people who are working and tell them come and regularize your document. I don't know if it's legal for them to do that. I've bought my land, I'm doing my project, or I've already doing my project. Then a new chief comes and say, branch documents, I don't know. I want them to look at that. And then three, maybe there's something they call indenture. I don't know if there is the same as allocation or something. We will need some clarification. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks very much, Christoph. Hassan, good morning.
Good morning. How are you, David?
Well, Hassan, good to have you, sir. Your question or contribution?
Yeah, I want to ask what is the validity of cadastre and how does it work to regularize or to make a land yours when you have the cadastre on it? And secondly, about the boundary. If you buy a land on a boundary between the two towns, do you need to acquire the knowledge of the two chiefs have or just one that is claiming the land is? Thank you.
All right, I hear you, Hassan. But a chief can claim ownership of lands that falls under his jurisdiction.
Exactly.
So anything aside from the whether boundary or not, but he talks about, is it the cadastral layout?
Yes, that's the legal document that is used in preparation of legal plan that is used in preparation of the lease. This one it clearly indicates your boundaries, your coordinates, the coordinates to your specific plot in a specific location. So that the plot in the lease, the plot has to be described very well in the lease. And the cadastral aids us in doing that.
Is the cadastral map the one that kind of covers the entire area?
No,
and then
that's the layout. That's the layout, the scheme of the area.
But the
extraction of
plan,
the coordinates, your specific plot is the cadastral plan, done by a licensed surveyor and then signed by the regional surveyor, the survey and mapping division of the Lands Commission.
Then Christoph was asking questions about the fact that the size of the plots are reducing.
I'll leave that to my planning.
But you need assassination. So they need to look smart and sharp. But that's what it is. Assassination.
Demand and supply.
Exactly. He also talking about the indenture. A new chief comes and says stop work and all that. I mean, so how do you respond to all that?
Indenture, what he in the context in which he asked the question, I'm not sure the indenture is the lease he was referring to. It's just one any person at all on that level preparing something for you and then telling you it's an indenture. An indenture in this regard is a lease.
So what makes a lease what is a registrable instrument is the contracts and the terms and the covenants you find within the lease. So if he has an indenture and all the covenants and the terms are found within it, then we can classify it as a lease. But unless we see that kind of indenture he's talking about.
And then he talked about what 100 by 100 now, 80 by 80 and all that.
Oh, of course. So like we are saying, it's what has been approved. So what the chief says to the district assembly, for the district assembly people to also do their checks and approve it according to plan.
And then he talks about a new chief comes in and says stop work. But I'm sure that goes back to the documentation.
Exactly.
Because he, the chief himself, says stop work, bring your documents. If you go to him and your documents are intact,
he allows you to go back.
If the documents are lacking in anything, then you are in trouble.
So please don't hold on to your.
Is there a cutoff line you cannot go below or over with the land size? Say 30 by 30.
For the land size, it varies. So there is no cutoff point, provided it is approved by the district assembly.
If we go to Facebook right now, I have Estelle Chloe Dona. She says, how much does it take to register a plot of land 100 by 70, and how long does it take in the registration process?
She refuses to tell us the area.
Okay.
We said earlier that it's been categorized into areas, so we need to know the area. She gave us a very important information, the size, but she didn't give us the area.
So Estelle, if you don't mind, you can give us the area, then we will do something about it for you. If not, go to the CLS.
Mention one area.
Oh no, I'm not going to.
Let's go into our WhatsApp console and take a listen to what people are also contributing there.
Good morning to you, Team Love FM. To you, David Akwete, the best morning show host in Kumasi Metropolis. Dave, this is your man, Justice K of Feti Design Inside Atosu. Dave, I want to find out, in every land dispute, we always seek to have what amicable solution to the problem. But when we go to the Lands Commission, they are not the final arbiter to even just solve the problem for us. Why has it become so difficult for the Land Commission and the Nananum to resolve land disputes? For instance, if I have my land, a chief or let's say a king has given me a land, then we still have this kind of Goro boys called the langas. Another person may be coming to claim up the ownership of the same parcel of land. And when we go to the Lands Commission, we don't have elastic solution there. They are not the final arbiter. Who is the final arbiter to even solve the problem for us? I want to know.
You heard him?
Okay, he spoke about langas. I think as not on the rise in Kumasi, but he must be aware that it comes back to getting your legal title to whatever you claim to be your land. Because Section 10 of the New Lands Act, Section 10 of the New Lands Act 1036, criminalizes these activities of langas. So if you have a legal document and someone is disturbing you, just report to the police, and then the police is there to enforce the law.
Yes, and again, if you have an issue, please, the office of the Asante Inland Secretariat is headed by the Otunfo Apejahene, and any issue you have related, you just write a petition. We'll look into your petition, and it will be
and very accommodating and a tolerant boss. You can walk in anytime and speak to him.
And he's ever ready to listen to people.
That's Otunfo Apejahene.
Yeah,
yes,
Apejahene.
All right.
He's a
very fine man.
Very
fine man.
Yeah.
All right, so let's stay on the WhatsApp console. Let's take a listen to what somebody's also saying.
David, this topic is a very good one. In fact, me war Pechi area number 1. And minya asasia okay asasia mkotoe. So there was an old chief. This is way back like 2018, late 17, 18. And the chief who signed the allocation for me, I think for some reason, I'm saying, there's a new chief now. Can you believe, sir? Up till now, I can't even register the land because the new chief says that he doesn't recognize something on the document, the signature of the old chief, because the old chief is passed. But I'm a static process for getting the lease. I go on, man. They just say that you can't go and see the new chief. New chief is on, so I don't say, it's not willing to sign a new allocation for me. So.
All right, so
yes, with Pechi number 1, I don't know where his challenge is, but I know that we've resolved all issues pertaining to Pechi number 1. So if you've applied for a lease, as he's alluding to, then he should be rest assured that that issue has been dealt with. So.
All right, for want of time, 2 more, two messages. All right, so you'll read them out and then we'll call it a day.
Okay, this one says, good morning, David and your panelists. Please, I have bought a land. I only have the allocation and the site plan for the caretaker chief, signed by the sub-chief. I was given 2 years on the allocation to develop it. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to do anything on it, and it's 3 years now. I have learned there's a new caretaker, and we would be called by him soon. My question is, what will he take the land from me because I haven't developed it, or resell it to me? And number 2, will I lose the land if I'm not able to pay for the money this caretaker will ask for?
I don't want to leave some of these things for tomorrow, but listen, because I want to know, is it legal for you to tell me that I have acquired a land from you? You're giving me 2 years to build. Only able to move.
Yes. So first,
that's provision on the allocation notice, basically to curb the speculative aspect. People just acquire land, put it down, and that stalls development as well. So
And it
that
will
bet is
not
just
help.
to curb.
Is it lawful?
Yeah, it is. Even in the
For the-
lease, you are given some time to develop.
To develop?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
The covenant is in the lease.
Okay, I hear you.
So,
And then-
so we plead that if, in as much as you want to buy land for speculative reasons, at least have an intention, a good purpose, and on the part of the chief, they are required to put it in writing if the time elapses.
You can't just come and.
All right, so one more, then we'll call it a day. One more.
Okay, so hi. Unfortunately, he said he joins late, but he says thanks for the good job you are doing. Please, can you clarify? Lease for residential land is valid for 99 years or 50 years. Trust me, a lot of people are not going in for the lease because they think it's valid for 50 years. His name is Kojo.
But if you don't go and it's 50, who I mentioned, but shall I explain it? So explain it to him for me.
Okay, so the lease is 99 years for a Ghanaian, and then 50 years for a non-Ghanaian.
But for 99, it should be for residential purposes.
For residential purposes.
It's 50 if it's not for
Any other use apart from
And let me also bring this. The 99 or 50 years begins from the date of allocation.
Yeah.
So you don't hold on to your allocation thinking if you bring
come
it
for the
in
lease,
2023. But meanwhile, you bought it 10 years ago.
yeah.
So it's starting from 2023. It's starting from the date of application.
Okay. Charlie, Edward.
Yes, David.
And David. We'll keep talking. Maybe let's do a joint conversation on Thursday if all goes well. Tomorrow we want to have the legal bit of the conversation related to land acquisition and all that. Then Thursday we combine you and the lawyer as well, and then we explore other areas of land acquisition. So one more time.
Now we can go into the
nitty-gritty.
Yeah. We'll do all that. We don't want to rush it. We want to take it as slow as possible for people
the
to
land
buy
market
bits
is
more.
a very complex one.
It
You
is.
don't need to rush
It
the
is.
discussions.
It is. Because, for example, I would like for us to talk about the change of land use, and if I have the land, I want to resell the land, what I ought to do. All those ones will come up again on Thursday. All right. So thank you very, very much. We have a very special friend. In fact, he's a brother, and he's celebrating his birthday today. So to you, Maxwell Oko, with Ecom Ghana Limited, he's an associate financial controller there. Happy birthday to you, sir, and God richly bless you. I've sent you a very beautiful message already. But listen, you are an amazing person. All I ask for is more grace upon your life, more success, more good health, and, Charlie, more chilling. God bless you. Mr. Maxwell Oko of Ecom Ghana Limited, and he's an associate financial controller there. Tomorrow we'll talk about the legal bit of land acquisition. There are a lot of things that is happening in the legal area in terms of land acquisition. A lawyer will join us for that conversation. But for now, we'll be getting ready to cross over to Joy 99.7. That'll be later this morning. And the conversation on the Super Morning Show has to do with the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who has taken a significant step towards addressing the contentious issue of emoluments and privileges for Article 71 office holders in Ghana. He has established a 5-member committee tasked with evaluating and determining the remuneration of benefits of these key public officials. Now, he has called for a debate to arrive at a constitutional decision on the entitlements of Article 71 office holders. That conversation will be coming up your way shortly right here on Love 99.5. And Lanyo wants to give a telephone number?
Yes, our office number.
Please do.
020 754 1365. Again, 020 754 1365.
All right. We'll meet again on Thursday. Enjoy the day. But for now, some messages for you.
Uyam ayekro anase emu kekaw uhia amuzu ke uyam tutu anase emu samfono uhia amuzu ke wayase ya oya anase wo afichikro mu haw uhia amuzu ke heba mixture ebi wo heba shop bia mu frɛ 0247 776743.
Wahese wako shop akodi dwa ahodo basket ma emu provisions ene nyoma ahodo ehia opa we delay musa edru so na ukotua nso a yaka kire wo se untimi nchanti e me chance number na so ya keke na mom o de Vodafone cash dia uni how cry yaka ko bia say dia untimi de Vodafone cash etua merchant bia or what network bia so straight direct sharp enti say water provisions fuel inro iniane me say bia o pese wo ye bia no Vodafone cash amana ye mremremra ma o ye hia o be ya de say o be dial *110# netua ka ko merchant bia ho e wo network bia so eniya Vodafone.
Wudunya passengers are now hotel pow.
Winimani Samua Air Course Kumasi Hojo runabout Gwell filling station. Akoni cry just name. Hey, sir, Wabecha drop for commercial and private. Fuel free. Obia 2 gallons.
Debut, Mantini ye. I want to run about. Gwell filling station. Fefebia will be in Fufono. Abecha free fuel.
Daben a free Friday, 1st September, ya. And Opebia 6 a.m. 30 cars free. And then Imrebia 4 p.m. 30 cars free. Etidakro 60 cars for 10 days.
Just a free fuel for 600 cars.
Sape Pepe Nanson wow. Was such a drop for and Tomakuma Moirenum. As such a warm t-shirts, key holders, and the books Akuma Mama.
Hey, a drop for ye. Where do you do heavy?
Or Shasia Tonfu from Friday 25th August. Now Friday 1st September no grand opening. 1st September no na free fuel and ya chedi na atwaso sa.
I want to run about Gwaya filling station. A drop for ye say. Yenya mudenie.
Goyle, good energy. Goyle, yenya yedim.
Segrum, yes, say Babium.
Loving you, girl, no girl,
Roverman Productions in partnership with Love FM and Ebony Condoms presents Husband Material 7 Yards, an original play by Uncle Ibo White.
In fact, that reminds me, what is going on between you and Pamela?
Which Pamela?
How many Pamelas do you know? Pamela, the PA to your boss. Pamela, the daughter of George. She used to be very nice to me, but now she treats me as a rival. So tell me, Joe, why does she ignore me these days?
Maybe she's in a period. Maybe she has constipation. How am I supposed to know that? Listen, my dear, I am a very educated man. I have read widely and I have taken many courses. But unfortunately, I have not studied the whims and moods and caprices of Pamela.
Joe, that is rude.
No, that is honest. How the hell am I supposed to know what Pamela does?
Husband Material 7 Yards shows on the 23rd and 24th of September at the CCB Auditorium, KNUST. There will be 2 shows each day, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Early bird tickets are selling at a promo price of 80 Ghana cedis. Promo ends on 17th September and ticket prices will go up to 100 cedis. Buy your early bird tickets at the following outlets: Love FM, Poku Trading, Kingdom Books KNUST, Continental Supermarket, and via short code *365 *535#. Sponsors: Ebony Condoms. Roverman Production. Be the difference.
Wow! Coffee, Pusilian Fair. With the amount them are bright.
A interface plasterboard ceiling. And I'm there bomb demua. A tijasano. And to where the dance for and a more ceiling where you interface plasterboard ceiling. And I'm on farm demo. The bomb demo. I have first one cobra. So the interface plasterboard ceiling. About demua. And my demo yefe. Ne sounds with chair. A interface limited. And a diaba. Bomadia. Now from 0274 999999. And I call website www.interfacelimited.com.
Hey, are you worried about your parties, weddings, hangouts, on what drink to enjoy for the celebration? Or you're worried about how to celebrate your friends and family during that special occasion? Bigo. Now that is Bigo. With Bigo, no wahala for the occasion. They made it for everyone to enjoy and have the ideal celebration. Bigo, the soft drinks that comes in 16 and 20 in a pack. Hey, Charlie, that is Bigo. A lot to go around in various packs. It's refreshing and good quality. Now that is Bigo. The taste is Bigo. Another quality product from Twillium Industries Limited. This advert is FDA approved. Bigo.
Bra na minya Royal Foam mattress no. How bebre na mekomu. Medam panosweni na atom. Na mechi kase so na me honam nyina ya meya. Na de kume kra ne se. Ya no nso beda aso ape. Na wagya me. Na minya Royal Foam mattress no. Pa kwesi da aso ape. E na oye me ho ade. Congratulations dear. Me fa no kwa. Asedan koma Royal Foam. Quality mattress papa fi. Oji aware Royal Foam. Wa manane relaxation ayede. Awoto so a wunya wo mu ne se. Royal Foam mattress eye papa. Eche ye, eye kilted mattress inti. Woda soa, ama wona ye foam. Se woto mattress free Royal Foam a. Eche wu free pillows. Royal Foam aje abasobodie ewo 12 Ghana Business and Financial Excellence Awards no mu. Yet on quality duvets, curtains, beds, ni carpentry foams ahodo nyina bi. Hwehwe yen wo Royal Foam showrooms, any sales depots a ewo Ghana fana nyina. Fre 020-227-1000. Royal Foam, rest assured.
OneXBet jackpot is here with weekly massive prizes up for grabs. All you have to do is place your bets on any sports game and stand a chance to win. Simply register at onexbet.com.gh. Use promo code JackpotGhana and place your bets. OneXBet is your key to great victories. Feel like a winner. OneXBet. Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
I wake up in the morning, it's a new day, and I got bills that I have to pay. Now you're running late, running out of time. Feels like the world is waiting in line. All you gotta do is pick up the phone and just dial 737.
So whatever you do, whoever you are, there is an easy way for everyone. The simple life is just one touch away. Experience the magic starting today.
And it all begins with 737. And it all begins with 737.
You see, I don't need to write or cash a check. I don't need data or internet. I have something that's faster than a jet. Just like
what they're talking about. You could be a palm wine topper, a teacher, a rapper, a schoolboy, a school girl, or a trader, a bank MD, a chairman, or a baker.
Guaranteed Trust Bank. Wouldn't you rather bank with us?
Eji, mensa ye titiri na ayami yaka ho. Doctor say me BP ni me sugar nyina kwosoro.
De wuhia ne Amuzu garlic bitters.
Amuzu garlic bitters.
Ane Amuzu garlic bitters. Ewo herbal shop bia.
It does get better anytime your favorite shop, Malcolm, says it's there for you and got you covered with all your daily need items. Continue shopping on products ranging from groceries, stationery, electronics, homeware, kitchenware, furniture, home decor, electricals, and many more at low prices. Terms and conditions apply. Malcolm, where Ghana shops.
OneXBet jackpot is here with weekly massive prizes up for grabs. All you have to do is place your bets on any sports game and stand a chance to win. Simply register at onexbet.com.gh. Use promo code JackpotGhana and place your bets. OneXBet is your key to great victories. Feel like a winner. OneXBet. Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
Sacrum, yes, say Babium.
Loving you, girl, no girl,
Roverman Productions in partnership with Love FM and Ebony Condoms presents Husband Material 7 Yards, an original play by Uncle Ibo White.
In fact, that reminds me, what is going on between you and Pamela?
Which Pamela?
How many Pamelas do you know? Pamela, the PA to your boss. Pamela, the daughter of Doc. She used to be very nice to me, but now she treats me as her rival. So tell me, Joe, why does she ignore me these days?
Maybe she's in a period. Maybe she has constipation. How am I supposed to know that? Listen, my dear, I am a very educated man. I have read widely and I have taken many courses. But unfortunately, I have not studied the whims and moves and